see how the people send seriously. So, you're welcome. I can see there's another exciting guy that entered this school. Yeah, so he's there. Yeah, I'm coming to him. And then we have 5 words, stand up and meet your people. Nathaniel Ojiman. Yeah. Okay. Our dean left, but he didn't leave us complete. Let us welcome Associate Professor Patrick Benegoto. Of the Faculty of Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep recognizing all of you, but our special guest of honor are our students from year 1 to postgraduate level. Yes. Look at her skin as if she's camouflaging. Why do you come and you're skin like this? Please give us a wave of it. Dr. Mrs. Asa Develop. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that this is some hot stuff today. Hasn't it been exciting? Yes. When I heard this man talk to me, I just thought that I should call my village people to come around. Because it wasn't easy. You see, we'll get into the interactive session. But there's something that comes to my mind. T.S. Eliot talks about tradition and the individual talents. Tradition and individual talents. In the education and literary studies department, I think somehow our discipline has already prepared us for this thing that is coming up on us. There's a way in which the old fits the new, and there's a way they takes up from the old. As we are seated here, even our year 1, year 2 students will agree with us that there are some things that are similar. You have heard something like interactive here, which leads you to something like performance.
Yes, correct.
You have heard something like intertext.
Yes.
And hypertext.
Yes.
In fact, I was seeing hypertext. I didn't know that there's a connection between hypertext and intertext. You've heard of generative. Have we not also heard of generative grammar?
Yes.
You've heard of those things here. You have heard of something that I will be very interested in. Multimodality. So if you are here, you're student of, and then look at her, she's talking. Mrs. I'm calling her Dr. Mrs. Owen. Something that she, very soon, she'll be defending a very big PhD on multimodality and performance poetry. Hip-hop poetry, how do you call it, that poetry again? Spoken word poetry. So ladies and gentlemen, you are not far from it. You are not far from this strange thing that is coming up on you. For the Department of English and Literary Studies, which for me is the crucible of all disciplines in the university, has already laid the background for us to get here. I said that the Department of English is the crucible of all disciplines, because if I say it is modern, philosophy will fight with me. But it is crucible because you know what? The medical scientist writes literature.
Yes.
The physicists write literature. Remember Elechi Amadi? These are physicists. The army man writes literature. Okay? The nuclear scientist writes literature. Okay? The man in languages writes literature and speaks some kind of language. So my dear friends, we are now on an interactive session. Questions, comments, even if you just want to shed some more light on these new things that are coming up on us. I can see something that looks like DNA.
Yes.
That thing that looks like DNA. I don't understand. And it tells me that this poetry can go on and on and on and on and be generating itself. It's self-generating, something like that. How much is the human involved here? How much is the human? Okay. Is it still literature if the human is not involved? Is the human really involved? Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome with your comments, with your questions, with your users. Let me take the first strike from Associate Professor Jonas Aguizar. Just to tell you that we are live on Zoom, because this is digital. We are live on Zoom, but you know what? You won't know your mates. We placed this thing at 10:05, but you know, look at the back now, we are filled up. By 10:05, you were not here. So you won't knock us off when the time reaches. Go and do rest.
Okay, thank you, lecturer. The lecture is very timely and also very interesting. I have two concerns that I want to ask. And the first aspect of it has to do, for those of us who are interpreting literature, involved in the criticism of literature. So how do we place this literature? Because if you look at the literature, unlike the text, the physical text is a fixed text, and the digital literature appears to be fluid. So how do we place the fluidity of this text vis-a-vis the fixed text for interpretation? That's number one. And the second aspect of it is how do we, because this literature again has the issue of censorship. The issue of censorship. Because as a digital literature, you also have the challenge of what I consider as citizenship journalism. Everybody can write this text. Because everybody can write this text, how do we censor this text? Is it a text that goes on without censorship? That is when it comes to particularly in the area of citizenship journalism. Because, for example, now you mentioned some area like social media or multimedia. Sometimes an accident happens, somebody creates a story with a bloody face, dead. And sometimes some people get shocked after viewing this literature. So how do we address the issue of censorship so that citizenship journalism don't just play into digital literature, and then the other aspect which have to do with the interpretation of this literature. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Sorry, do we take all the questions? Then
that was okay. Okay, we just take a couple of questions and then you respond. Okay, so let's take some again. Okay. I like the word that has used fluid. It has a beautiful word. Okay. Please, hands up. Oh, okay. You are doing a video. Let us take it first, since you are doing that video. Go ahead.
So I have an issue with language.
Can we hear you, please?
Yes. Okay, so now that we are talking about coding and programming, I understand, I don't know so much about computer, but I understand that coding and programming is not text. It's a computer language as explained. So how do you factor in language here? You know, as something that is, because language, of course, it's the soul of literature.
Yeah.
Then, if we are talking about digital literature, is it everything that is on the net that is digital literature as it were? Is it everything that is created? Because just like Associate Professor just said, a story is created and somebody's face is there. Obviously, it's a story, but it's literature. Can I say this literature? And I also want to understand the economic significance of this kind of literature for me. Apart from the fact that I can win awards and prizes.
Economics.
Yes. So
monetization.
Can I monetize it? Can I have a career in it? Yes.
Okay. I hope our students, especially third-year students who are left, because this kind of literature is making some of us old already.
Yes.
Are you following? It is for the future. So 10-year students, very soon you'll be turning in topics for your final project. I hope you are left. Mr. Ned, please. So you will respond to these three. After these three, you will respond and then.
Thank you so much, our lecturer. My interest is in the fact that you said ludokinetic.
What do you call it?
Ludokinetic. Where a game like Ludo is seen as literature. So I would like you to, because I know that literature as a
do you get
literature also, yes, it plays with pictures, it plays with semiotic devices and all of that. But how do we bring Ludo as a game to interpret it as literature? Now, number two, in the live display, we understand the fact that, okay, that picture itself is a some kind of, it has some kind of semiotic relevance to the interpretation of that one. Now, it's at the click of those red buttons. Is it a continuous process? And how do we, to what limits do we go in that generative
grammar?
Yes, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, just one more. I hope statisticians are listening. I don't know how statistics will apprehend this thing. Because when you are talking of features, statistics, that's Gary. Tony
I
Abdul.
wanted to help you ask him, what is the
Three.
use of artificial
Let me
intelligence
respond to this
in all
three.
of this? It is obvious
Tony,
that
just hold on, you'll be the first.
without a knowledge of coding
Okay.
or computer science
For
knowledge,
you
you cannot
to
read the
do
literature. Prior to this,
digital literature
can
presentation,
you add that
you
question?
must know how code and algorithm functions.
Cool.
Okay? The code, programming code is a language just like human language. It has, please, go to that work again. Show you. I will tell you what to do.
Now I have the knowledge of how can I do presentation.
Let me show you something.
I want to read your
Yes.
Okay, right click.
You know, the one
Right
I'm
click.
saying
Source.
is ebook.
See, you will see the source.
Content.
Check web source here. No, this web capture. Okay, please.
Web select.
Go to that. Go, save this program. Yes. Because this is from Flash. Save it from desktop, then you click on it. I want to
But
see,
you
I
know
want
that
to show you the code that
people use AI to learn coding.
displaying these pictures on the text.
No, AI.
Okay? Now, yes, click on it. Click on it from there. Okay, right click. Right click. Just right click anywhere. You see source, check and source. Source, view source. I hope it's not the one that you click this one. Uh-oh, the picture is not there. That's why. Okay. Copy the whole folder. Yes. Go to my